Welcome, time travelers. Before we embark on our exploration of the past, we have a small request. If you're excited to uncover the mysteries of history and journey through time with us, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our latest historical expeditions, and to ensure you don't miss any of our adventures, click on the notification bell. Now, are you ready to dive into the past? Grab your virtual time machines, because our journey begins in a land of ancient civilizations, a land that has seen the rise and fall of empires, the ancient land of Canaan. So buckle up as we take you back to where it all began. Did you know that the region now known as Israel and Palestine was once called Canaan? And it was inhabited by a diverse group of tribes over 3,000 years ago. A journey back in time takes us to the ancient land of Canaan, a region that was anything but homogeneous. This land, nestled between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea, was home to a myriad of tribes, each with their own cultures and traditions. Among them were the Canaanites, a Semitic people who were established in the region long before the arrival of the other tribes. The Canaanites were known for their advanced city-states and their rich culture, which had a profound influence on the later civilizations. Then from the east came the Philistines. These Aegean people, possibly originating from Crete, settled along the southern coast of Canaan and were known for their distinct pottery and architectural styles. As the centuries rolled on, another group began to emerge, the Israelites. These Semitic people, according to biblical accounts, migrated from Mesopotamia and eventually settled in Canaan. They established the Kingdom of Israel around the 11th century BCE, marking a significant shift in the region's history. However, this united kingdom was short-lived. After only a few generations, it split into two separate entities, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. But the ancient land of Canaan was a coveted prize for many powerful empires. Over the centuries, it fell under the dominion of the Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, Greeks, and finally, the Romans. Each conquest brought changes, shaping the region's social, political, and cultural landscapes. From the Assyrians' brutal military campaigns to the Babylonian exile, from the Persians' tolerant rule to the Greeks' cultural influence, and finally to the Romans' iron fist, which led to the Jewish diaspora. Each layer of history added to the multifaceted identity of the region. This rich tapestry of civilizations and empires set the stage for the region's complex future. The Roman conquest of the land in the 1st century BC was a turning point in the region's history. Once the Romans took control, the area saw a series of revolts and uprisings led by the Jewish population. These revolts, while initially successful, were ultimately quashed by the Roman legions, leading to a significant Jewish diaspora and the emergence of Christianity. Christianity, born in this crucible of conflict and change, spread rapidly under Roman rule. After the Roman Empire split, the Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire retained control of the region. The Byzantines, with their rich cultural and artistic traditions, left their indelible mark. However, the Byzantine control was not to last. In the 7th century, the region underwent another dramatic transformation with the Muslim conquest. Under the Umayyad and later the Abbasid caliphates, the area flourished as a center of Islamic culture and learning. The Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which still stand in Jerusalem today, are testaments to this period of Islamic dominance. Then came the era of the Crusaders, marked by religious wars and the establishment of Christian kingdoms. These Crusader states, however, were short-lived, and by the end of the 13th century, the Muslim Mamluks had reclaimed the region. The next significant shift came in the form of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans, who took control in the early 16th century, ruled the region for over 400 years. Under their governance, the area experienced a period of relative peace and stability. The Ottomans introduced administrative changes, reorganized the tax system, and promoted agriculture. Their rule, however, was not without challenges, and the region saw its share of revolts and power struggles. The Ottoman rule, lasting over 400 years, was a period of relative calm before the storm of the 20th century. The end of the Ottoman Empire, brought about by the tumult of World War I, set the stage for the next chapter in the region's history. A chapter that is still being written today. Following the end of the Ottoman rule, the region witnessed a wave of foreign influence that would shape the Middle East as we know it. In the late 18th century, the arrival of Napoleon Bonaparte marked the beginning of European interest in the region. Although Napoleon's campaign was short-lived, it had a lasting impact, triggering local revolts and awakening a sense of nationalism among the people. The 19th century then saw a series of reforms known as the Tanzimat, initiated by the Ottomans themselves in response to European pressure. These reforms aimed to modernize the empire and included changes in areas like education, taxation, and legal structures. However, the empire continued to weaken, and by the end of the 19th century, it was often referred to as the sick man of Europe. The 20th century brought with it a new player, Britain. The defeat of the Ottoman Empire in World War I resulted in the British Mandate for Palestine. This mandate, approved by the League of Nations, gave Britain administrative control over Palestine with the goal of establishing a national home for the Jewish people. The Mandate period saw an increase in Jewish immigration and rising tensions with the Arab population. It was a time of political maneuvering and unrest, setting the stage for the conflicts of the 20th century. As we move towards the modern era, the stage is set for a new chapter in the history of this ancient land. The 20th century brought unprecedented changes and conflicts to the region, shaping the Israel and Palestine we know today. As the Ottoman Empire crumbled at the end of World War I, Britain took control of Palestine. At around the same time, the British Foreign Secretary Arthur James Balfour issued what became known as the Balfour Declaration. This public statement announced Britain's support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. It was a moment that would set the stage for much of the century's conflict. Meanwhile, a political movement known as Zionism was gaining traction. Zionism sought a homeland for Jews who were facing increasing persecution in Europe. The Holocaust of World War II, in which 6 million Jews were systematically murdered, only intensified the calls for a Jewish state. In 1948, the State of Israel was established. However, its creation was not welcomed by all. It led to the first of many Arab-Israeli wars as neighboring Arabic nations rejected the newly formed state. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict also took root in the 20th century. The crux of this ongoing struggle centers on land and borders, security, water rights, control of Jerusalem, and legalities concerning refugees. Over the years, numerous attempts at peace have been made, from the 1993 Oslo Accords to the more recent Abraham Accords in 2020. The history of Israel and Palestine in the 20th century is a complex tapestry of hope, despair, conflict, and tentative steps towards reconciliation. It's a history that continues to unfold and shape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. While the region's history is fraught with conflict, it is also a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through time, exploring the rich and complex history of Israel and Palestine. As we've seen, the past is not just about what's been written in the history books. It's about the people who lived it, their struggles, hopes and dreams. And it's about understanding how those past events continue to shape our present and future. If you found this journey enlightening, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insightful explorations into history. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future journeys. Stay tuned as we continue to delve into the past, one fascinating era at a time. History is a vast and endless road, and we're just getting started. So buckle up and let's keep traveling through time together.